Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie, I'm back again, and well, after my previous review, which was Cybertron Clocker, I decided to, well, increase the size, as in, I'm going to review a bigger figure, and well, I'm going to be reviewing Universe Blaster. So, yeah. So, a bit of backstory. This guy is actually just a recolored version of Cybertron Soundwave. So, this could technically count as Cybertron Blaster if you want to. Although, this is supposed to be this is intended to be the original G1 Blaster. And this is pretty much my only Universe figure right now. I mean, I only got him because he was a Cybertron mold. But oh well. So just have a 360 of this guy. He spins really well, so it's just the back, nothing to write home about. Here we have the top with two Autobot insignias, and I think that's the Movieverse version of the Autobot insignia of the eyes. That sun thing at the top. Oh, sorry. Cyberkey port, because this is a Cybertron mold after all. Underneath, which just has a lot of shite underneath. Well, what's the Cyberkey for? Inserting a Cyberkey opens that, and it's supposed to accommodate these bombs, which look more like soda canisters. We can put like the bombs in there and then just have it so they drop. Or you can have this guy, whose name is Blockrock. I'm not joking, that's actually his name. If we just get him into... He actually transforms into a bomb for... So yeah, we don't have any cassettes here. It's old bombs instead of... I'm not sure if I had that correct or not, but let's just use that anyway. So, yeah. It's sort of weird having a character named Blaster that's not really a boombox. No, GoBots Blaster does not count. But still... Because normally in G1 Blaster is supposed to be a boombox, as I said. Although, yeah, I guess Hasbro needs to get with the times, which is why he's his bomber instead. I just remove the key. Oh. And well, let's just get to this guy's transformation. And well, hang on, I'm going to have to prep my camera because this guy's tall. This guy's much taller than the other figures I've been reviewing recently. So let's have a better look at the detail first. Here we can see that this cockpit actually moves back, which exposes the seats, which is pretty cool, very Diaclone-esque. We can see that the wings have detail, these bits have detail, and as I showed earlier, the Autobot insignias, which I think is the movie version, plus that sun thing at the top, which, yeah, I have no idea what that's for. Now, here's like a play right off the bat. This bit, it doesn't really cooperate well with these little tabs, because normally you're supposed to have it so it tabs into these little bits, but of course they don't do that well. Oh, for fuck's sake. But anyways, yeah, that's just yeah, that's just a gripe I have with this mode. It's not a big deal because I normally display this guy in this robot mode, which, let's just get on to that end. Word of warning, this guy is rather intricate to transform. It's not like G1 Blaster where it's just, take the legs and just move them out, fold the arms out, put the hands out, just turn the head up. No. This guy is way more intricate, like... I mean, this guy makes Cybertron Starscream look like a freaking one-step changer. Because remember, Cybertron Starscream was way bigger than this guy, but he was much more simpler to transform. Well, to get started, what we'll do is, these tail fins, we'll move them down. Then with this, the cockpit thing, we'll move that. With these bits, we'll split them here. Move that back. Turn the bomber mode around, lift that bit up, and then try and get this to move. See, like so, until it just plugs in. Move down these bits so they form the legs. There we go. Now the arms are, well, we'll take this arm and we'll just move it like so, and I think something just snapped. This arm will just down. Come on. You can see why I rarely ever transform this guy. We'll move that bit down. Try and turn that around if I. And then if you can, actually try and get that to plug in. And finally, take the head and move that. Whew. God, this guy is a pain in the ass to transform. But here we have Blaster in his robot mode. And, well, yeah, it looks like Blaster color-wise, but it's much more sleeker. It's much more streamlined. Let's just have a look at the guy's head, and seeing how this is just a recolor of Cybertron Soundwave without any remolds. This guy just has Cybertron Soundwave's head, which means he has a mouth plate and the eyes are wrong. Because normally Blaster is either supposed to have two eyes as per the cartoon, or these weird goggle things, just like the Marvel Comics. Either one. And Blaster normally never has a mouth plate. Or G1 Blaster normally never has a mouth plate, ever. So yeah, the head isn't really that accurate. So yeah, that's sort of a complaint. The head doesn't really look like Blaster. If anything, it looks more like some kind of just red sound wave, like a reverse colored Sound Blaster. And that's very ironic. But if we reintroduce his bombs, well, we can still do the gimmick if we just shove this up his coccyx. As you can see, this is actually supposed to homage the cassette gimmick with the original Blaster, because if you remember the original Blaster and Soundwave toys, they actually had little cassette guys that turned into robots. For example, Blaster had Steeljaw, Ramhorn, who else? Eject, Rewind, and eventually Grand Slam and Rain Dance. Well, with this guy, they didn't release any more bombs that were actual characters. It was only this guy. It was only Blockrock and Laserbeak, and I think a version of Buzzsaw, because this guy was actually recolored into a version of Sound Blaster, which was Soundwave's rebuilt form in the Japanese Headmasters cartoon. But we could put Blockrock in there, but I'm not putting him back in his bomb mode. I'm too lazy. But if we put one of these ones in, then yeah, it didn't really have that much of a purpose in his robot mode. But yeah, it's still nice how they managed to homage the cassette tray gimmick with this guy. And, well, these are actually weapons. For example, with this bomb, we actually turn that around, move that around, move this bit around, and move that down so it forms a gun. Just have him hold that. And with this bomb, we actually have these bits move around like so. Hold that bit down if you can. There we go. Hang on. Almost. Why did I have to cut my nails before I did this? Anyways, here we have that, and then we just turn that 180 degrees, so that's what I do. Oops. And then we can actually put that on his shoulder, and that's normally how I display him. I also display him with Blockrock on his shoulder, like an actual bird, if you can see that. Oop. My Lego stand just broke. Yeah. Now for articulation, I'll try and show you with the weapons on. The head is on a ball joint, so it can just move around. It can swivel like so. The arms can move and they're on the elbow. They can move out, and they can sort of move out as well, like so. Plus I think we've got like bicep rotation. There's nothing at the waist thanks to the transformation, but the legs can move out. They can't move back that far. And technically, he can do the splits. And, well, he's got knees on very tight ratchets. And, well, the feet can move, so... yeah. A bit more posable than the original blaster. But, well, that's pretty much it. I don't have G1 Blaster for a comparison. I don't have Cybertron Soundwave for a comparison. But, yeah, this concludes my review on this guy. Do I recommend him or Cybertron Soundwave? Well, I mean, with Cybertron Soundwave, sure, because it's a cool streamlined version of Soundwave. And, well, he's cool looking, but with Blaster, if you don't like the fact that his head doesn't resemble Blaster, then just go for Cybertron Soundwave. But only go for Soundwave if you don't mind having a Transformer, which could possibly have a lot of trouble tabbing in when it comes to transforming into vehicle mode. But if you don't mind, and you actually, if you're really good with transforming difficult Transformers, like if you're really good at transforming MP44, then yeah, go ahead and get this guy. This has been my review on Universe Blaster, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.